Live from Studio 1396, Columbus, Ohio, this is Late Lap. I'm AJ England, and we have got a great but a short show tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, gearheads, civil servants, and those of you who daydream about being Jason Bourne on your lunch break, welcome to the Late Lap. Tonight, we're swapping pit lane for the perimeter, because we're going to start today's show with the car of the day. Because the car of the day isn't about laps or drifts or podiums. No, the ride is about presence, authority, capability, and a whole lot of flashing lights. Meet the 2025 Jeep Wagoneer Command Operation Vehicle, the COV. A machine born not just from engineering, but from necessity. Developed in direct coordination with federal, state, and local government agencies, this thing is purpose-built for the modern battlefield of streets, motorcades, and logistical nightmares. You want to move VIPs safely, escort a convoy through downtown chaos, be the baddest rig at the Capitol? This is your ride. Now, you might be thinking, wait, the Wagoneer? Like the luxury SUV with quilted leather and a screen for every passenger? Yes, that Wagoneer. But make it tactical. Make it smart. Make it faster. Make it ready for everything from diplomatic detail to rural renaissance. Because the COV doesn't just wear the Jeep badge, it earns it. And then some. Let's break this down. Presence and performance. Under the hood of this command operations vehicle is no ordinary power plant. We're talking about Jeep's 420 horsepower twin-turbo Hurricane engine. This thing hauls 0 to 60 in 6.3 seconds, which is great if you're chasing a lead or just trying to beat traffic on I-95. And with 10,000 pounds of towing capacity, it could tow a suspect's house if necessary. Just saying. That performance is balanced with a quadra-lift air suspension system, giving the COV not only smooth ride quality, but automatic rear load leveling. Loaded up with equipment, personnel, or whatever your mission demands, this SUV stays flat, firm, and in control. And speaking of in control, it also comes equipped with a 240 amp alternator, with essential powering systems and electronics that come standard. And oh boy, are there a lot of them. Then you have your technology and tactical tools. Let's talk lighting, because you can't command presence unless people see the presence. And the COV comes ready to light up the night. It includes Wellen inner edge, front and rear interior visor light bars, quad Wellen T-ion grille lights, side-mounted solo T-ion lighting, a rear RST light bar, and yes, a siren system that will literally make anyone reconsider running a red. This thing is intense. All of this is controlled by the Wellen Kencom core multifunctional system, tied with a power distribution center engineered specifically for field ops. Cameras, radios, radar, printers, modems, all have dedicated and protected channels. The COV isn't just a vehicle, it's a mobile command center. Inside, it's not just utility either. It is premium. Mwah, chef's kiss. Because when you're responsible for the safety of an elected official, a CEO, or a high-risk detainee, you don't ride third class. This full-size SUV offers standard leather seating for up to 8 passengers. Count them. It has 3 zones of climate control, best-in-class space in every category, second and third row headroom, plenty of legroom, and a total cargo space of a massive 131 cubic feet. And it doesn't stop there. The Wagoneer COV supports 10-inch head-up display with night vision, 130-plus standard safety and security features, including intersection collision assist and pedestrian detection and blind spot monitoring, rear and forward emergency braking, active park, unpark assist, traffic sign recognition. It even has drowsy driver detection, although with all of the power in this beast, you're not going to fall asleep behind the wheel. I mean, this car knows if you're tired before you do. It might just tuck you in if you ask nicely. Connectivity that works as hard as you do comes with this as well. Let's talk about digital backbone. The 2025 Wagoneer COV includes 3 years of Jeep Connect, which is an app-based remote service, things like remote engine start, remote door locks, and more. And it doesn't end when the initial term does. You also get 10 years of safety and security package. This means if this is stolen, which would be nearly impossible from a law enforcement office, tracking, recall alerts, emergency assistance, all covered. Then you get 5 years of vehicle performance reports, engine diagnostics, predictive maintenance, and more. And of course, over-the-air updates. So your tech doesn't fall halfway behind through a 5-year assignment. So who is this for? This isn't just for the Secret Service. Law enforcement agencies, border patrol units, emergency management personnel, and even corporate security teams with large-scale production duties. The Jeep Wagoneer COV is built for all of them. Jeep says interest has been through the roof since January, and it's easy to see why. Whether it's escorting senators through Washington, D.C., transporting critical personnel across counties, or just needing something that can outrun a drone while streaming data in real time, this vehicle is ready. And to prove it, Stellantis brought it to M1 Concourse in Pontiac, Michigan. That's the footage over here to my right. Over 200 fleet clients got to see it today. From hot laps to live demonstrations, the COV wasn't just on display, it was proving itself. And here's why this matters. Because in today's world, threats aren't always visible. The job of protecting people has never been harder, or frankly, more necessary. And mobility is key. Fixed security can be compromised, but a rolling command post, that's adaptable. That's protection in motion. The 2025 Jeep Wagoneer COV isn't just about transporting people either. It's about securing them. It's about control. It's about dominance. It's about taking the trusted name of Jeep, a brand rooted in World War II, tested in jungles and deserts, and redefining what it means in the modern world of law enforcement and public safety. This thing is cool. So, to Stellantis and Jeep, bravo. You didn't just build a truck with lights on top. You built a fortress that moves like a fighter jet and thinks like a Secret Service agent. And that, folks, is why the 2025 Jeep Wagoneer Command Operations is today's Car of the Day. Coming up next, a guy in Florida put 90,000 miles on a Dodge Charger without ever going above 35 miles per hour. And I'll tell you why. No, I'm just kidding. Tonight's Car of the Day spotlight may have gone to a tactical titan with sirens and stature, but I do have an honorable mention. And it goes to a pint-sized legend that just did something downright historic. We're talking about a car that's not just built for the back roads or weekend joyrides. This one just etched its name into the motorsports history on the world's most feared racetrack. Meet the 2025 Golf GTI Edition 50. And more importantly, meet the fastest production Volkswagen ever to lap the Nürburgring Nordschleife. The lap heard around the world. This one is special. On June 17, 2025, the GTI Edition 50 laced up its track shoes and attacked the Nordschleife, a 20.8 kilometer beast affectionately known and terrifyingly known as Green Hell. The result? A lap time of 7 minutes, 46.13 seconds. Sink in, 7:46. That's not just fast, that is supercar fast. That's faster than a Lexus LFA. That's faster than a BMW E92 M3 GTS and just a blink behind the Porsche Cayman GT4. And this is a front-wheel drive hatchback we're talking about. It doesn't have the benefit of all-wheel traction. It doesn't need it. It just grips, rips, and devours apexes. This isn't just a record for GTIs. It's a statement and a message from Volkswagen that says, yeah, the GTI still matters. Yes, the hot hatch still rules. Who did it beat? Everyone had to talk, and I want to talk too about their internal bragging rights they're experiencing. The GTI Edition 50 just laid down waste to the Golf R 20 years, which had a lap time of 7:47 on the slightly shorter 20.6 kilometer layout. It also beat the GTI Club Sport, a limited run track special that posted a 7:49. Both those cars had major street credit, especially the R, which sent power to all four wheels. But the Edition 50 is still front wheel. That only makes the accomplishment not just faster, but purer. It's like winning a decathlon in fucking flip-flops. The specs behind the record. What makes this GTI so special? Under the hood, 2.0-liter turbocharged petrol engine, tuned to produce a blistering 324 horsepower and 420 bytes of torque. It's mated to a 7-speed DSG dual-clutch transmission and supported by a mechanical limited slip differential to help keep power planted through every corner. Volkswagen gave this anniversary edition a full arsenal of go-fast gear. 19-inch Warmano forged wheels, Bridgestone Potenza race semi-slick tires, a track-focused performance package that fine-tunes suspension, geometry, reduces weight, and increases rigidity. All of it worked in harmony to create the most capable, agile, and aggressive GTI the world has ever seen. So the track weapon, was it road legal? The beauty of this record isn't just the speed, it's the accessibility. Unlike prototypes or one-off special, the GTI Edition 50 is a street car. You can drive it to work, take it to groceries, and then on the weekend absolutely destroy lap records at your local track day. It still comes with cup holders, it still plays music, it's refined enough to daily, but rabid enough to race. That's the holy grail of the hot hatches. Even with that Nürburgring winning setup, the Edition 50 keeps the heart and soul of the GTI lineage intact. A balance of practicality, performance, and polish that's made it iconic since 1976. Not the fastest Volkswagen ever, but it is close. Let's be fair, it's not the fastest VW in history. That title still belongs to the spaceship-like Volkswagen IDR, an electric prototype that posted a sci-fi-worthy 605 back in 2019. But that was a closed cockpit, single-seat electric weapon built strictly for records. It didn't have airbags or a VIN number, so while the IDR will always reign in terms of raw speed, the GTI Edition 50 now officially holds the crown among real, production spec Volkswagens. The kind of cars that you and I and your friend next door can buy. We can register them, and if we dare, we can take it to the edge. Coming to a garage near you. Maybe. Volkswagen plans to officially debut the Edition 50 at the Nürburgring on June 20th, just before the start of the 24 hours of Nürburgring. A poetic choice, really, one of the world's greatest tracks, introducing one of Volkswagen's greatest cars. It's expected to go on sale globally next year, though in limited numbers. So if you want to own a piece of this lap time legacy, start sweet talking your local VW dealer now. And here finally is why this matters. This record is more than just a number. It is a celebration of 50 years of GTI heritage. A reminder that even in an age of electrification and automation, there is still room for analog thrills, for cars with soul, for gasoline-powered grins and that start at the front wheels and end in your spine feeling. This wasn't just a lap around Nürburgring. It was a lap around history. And the GTI didn't just drive it, it owned it. And that is why the Golf GTI Edition is tonight's not car of the night, but the honorable mention. And maybe, just maybe, the most fun you have with a hatchback and a helmet. Man, that is exciting. The next chapter in Grand Prix racing is starting to take shape, and it all begins Tuesday, September 16th at the legendary Misano World Circuit, Marcello Simoncelli. That is when Pirelli, the world's oldest Italian tire, will hold its first ever MotoGP test as it prepares to become the exclusive tire provider for the series starting in 2027. Yes, the same company known for gripping the pavement in Formula 1, World Superbikes, and Moto2 and Moto3, they are stepping into the big leagues of premier class motorcycle racing. And while 2027 may feel a few seasons away, make no mistake, the race to be ready has already begun. 2 days after the San Marino Grand Prix and just 1 day after the official IRTA test, Misano will go from checkered flags to compound science slabs. 5 MotoGP manufacturers will each supply 1 test rider and a laboratory bike. The first tools in the toolkit to evaluate and evolve Pirelli's MotoGP specific rubber. Now, these aren't just current race bikes with a new set of boots. These lab bikes are tailored to stimulate what MotoGP machines will look like under the 2027 regulation. This means 1000cc prototypes, no ride height devices, reduced aero packages, and more. And power cut by 40 to 50 horsepower. Now, I love horsepower, but you can think of these as a glimpse into the not-so-distant future, unfortunately. They're leaner, they're cleaner, and with a renewed focus on rider input and mechanical grip, this is exactly what Pirelli wants. Pirelli initially hoped to conduct the test after the Aragon Grand Prix earlier this year, but logistical challenges delayed the plan. Now, with all parties aligned, Misano has become the first official milestone in Pirelli's MotoGP journey. And yes, Pirelli is footing the bill, for the first round of testing at least. That wasn't always a given. Negotiations between the tire supplier and teams included some back and forth over who would pay for tire tests, now and in the future. While Pirelli will cover this session, future 2026s will shift financial responsibility to the teams, a point that caused friction in early talks. Details of a longer-term agreement haven't been made public yet, but sources suggest a truce has been reached and more extensive tests featuring the full-time MotoGP riders are expected to roll out in 2026. Changing tire suppliers in MotoGP isn't like switching oil brands in your garage. It affects everything: setup, rider feedback, racing lines, overtaking behavior, and even the identity of the sport. Michelin, the outgoing supplier, has shaped the modern MotoGP era with its high grip compounds and stable profiles. Now Pirelli brings its own DNA, one forged in the fires of World's SBK, where aggressive wear rates and dramatic racing have become trademarks. This initial Misano test is Pirelli's first real-world chance to test several early-generation compounds, dialing in the balance between longevity, feedback, grip, and resistance to heat. It's the first taste of what a Pirelli-powered MotoGP grid might feel like, and it's being crafted right now, compound by compound, corner by corner. And you can look ahead after September's test. Pirelli's data science and engineering teams will go to work. 2026 will see an expanding testing schedule at multiple circuits featuring a wider range of riders and conditions. The goal: ensure that by the time the 2027 season kicks off, every rider on the grid trusts the tires beneath them. MotoGP may be known for its riders, teams, and machinery, but never forget, the only thing connecting a 350-kilometer-an-hour missile to the racetrack is a palm-sized patch of rubber. And that rubber, starting in 2027, will have one name: Pirelli. So here's to Misano, not just a test date, but the start of a brand new grip on future. Well, folks, if you were with us last night, we did something a little bit different. We did NASCAR 2000, the PlayStation Classic, and we're going to continue our championship season. Race number 1 was at North Carolina last night, and race number 2 tonight will begin after this break. And we are back here on Late Lap as we're going to do another race here in the Late Lap video gaming world. We're going to do a little bit of NASCAR 2000. And this was a real classic from EA Sports. It came out in '99. We talked a little bit about it last night. And you can definitely enjoy the sights and the sounds. We are in the middle of a championship. And it's something that I thought would be a lot of fun. So we're going to load our season. Looks like we're starting in Las Vegas tonight. And we'll continue. We'll go to Vegas. We'll see. We finished second last night to Terry Labonte. I believe Jeff Burton finished third. He led the most laps. And I appreciate my good friend Kenny Wallace for sharing tonight's NASCAR 2000 video. So we're going to get right into this. We're going to go to qualifying at Las Vegas. Looks like pole is 31.4 seconds. See how we can do here.
Go, buddy, go, go, go. Get ready. This is a time to
at Rockingham, I really struggled to stay out of the wall in turn 4. I'm optimistic that maybe I can do a little better here. It was just such a tight race car. It was really hard to stay out of the wall. But I feel good about this car. It's running well already. Not a whole lot of break at Las Vegas. A lot back last night in North Carolina. Let's see how we did.
Can you see?
All right.
Position?
We got
Good job.
the pole to start this mess. And that's exactly what you want. You want to start really, really well. You want to have that qualifying locked down because track position is key. Let's see how we can do going into the race. All right. Got that pole almost half second over Jeff Burton. Let's see if we can maintain it here.
3, 2, 1. Go, buddy, go, go, go.
If you are tuned in, I appreciate it. This is Late Lap. Just got into video gaming after the show. We're going to talk a little bit about racing and cars each night. And then we're going to get into video gaming. We're running a whole season, NASCAR 2000. I'm running Steve Park for the championship. Got a little bit of a teammate in Dale Jr. I'm really optimistic about this race. For you younger fans, you may not be as excited. I believe I've got a rear view mirror. Yeah, you can see Burton there behind me. Already a half-second lead over him. But that'll end. Once these tires warm up, they'll gain you. And how about Bob Jenkins and Benny Parsons on the public address there? Led 2 laps last night. If I can lead this one, we'll match that tonight. Pretty simple little racetrack here. Las Vegas, one of the Bruton Smith properties. Jeff Burton won the first race here in 1997. He actually swept the Cup Series and Xfinity Series races, driving for Jack Roush and Ford. Did really well in that inaugural weekend. That was a big deal. That was really kind of the start of the modern cookie cutter. And so to see him up front here on the pole before we knocked him off wasn't too surprising. He had a lot of speed in that 99 car. Of course, cousin Carl drove the 99, did some really cool things. Now they're both retired, but you can catch Carl on Amazon Prime. He covers the NASCAR races now. Got it pretty much covered right now. In my rear view, I see a yellow car. Can't really tell who's behind me quite yet. So I picked Steve Park. I always liked DEI as a young boy. They were my favorite team at the time. Now I don't really root for drivers too much. Try to be pretty darn neutral, but they entertained me and told some huge stories. Some that were exciting, some that were happy, others that were sad. Steve Park had a couple of wins. He had that deal in 2000 at Watkins Glen. That was one hell of a finish. And then he won Rockingham in 2001, the week after Dale died. So this Pennzoil Chevy saw a couple of wins, and I figured if we drove the number 1 car, maybe we'd finish first. Jeff Burton back to second. Not a whole lot of tire fall off either. I think I'll do either 1 or maybe 2 races tonight. Just kind of depends on how things are going with the stream and with this race. Jeff Burton seems to be the fastest again, but he's just not able to get around me like Terry Labonte was last night. So far, I've got the speed that I need. Now, this would have been during an era where pretty much everything was arcade driven. So this is an arcade game, and what that means is that the physics are just okay. They're enough to tell the story of racing. And it's really more about making few mistakes than it is about making great efforts. Whereas with simulators, that's going to be your Forzas and your Gran Turismos. That's where every car part and setup matter. This one was definitely an arcade, and one of the more popular arcade. They had NASCAR 98. You could enable cheat codes and paintball mode. But in 2000, that was the year EA Sports went to the E-Athlete. They were one of the first studios to put those electrode balls all over their athletes so they could get recorded body language for different athletes, for the crew members. I remember Tiger Woods got to do one with his game at the time. So that was pretty cool. Running here what might be the best lap of the day if I can maintain it. Yeah, about 400ths there. That was a good one. Burton's still on my tail. It doesn't look like there will be any pit stops this race. Lap 11 now. What was your favorite moment from Benny Parsons? I love hearing him whenever I play this game. I throw it back and play this game a time or two a year. I always loved his final stint with NBC. He did the Golden Benny Award. Whenever there was a moment of attrition, he would always say, "Oh man, oh man." Benny was big. He was cool. Passed away back in 07 in January. Him and Bobby Hamilton both passed. Definitely a somber era, but man, cab driver turned Daytona 500 and Winston Cup Series champion. Of course, his brother Phil raced and owned Cup cars for a long time. Also became an analyst. Phil's still around. But Benny knew his stuff and he lived for this sport. Finish this lap, I'll be about halfway. Vegas, I don't mind leading. This is good, but a little less contested than North Carolina. I think 5 of us led laps there.
Labonte takes second place.
Terry Labonte, there is the new second place holder. He won last week, led a lot of laps. I say last week, it was last night.
Art picks up another 5 points for leading the most laps.
5 points here and 5 points there can be the extra edge in a tight championship battle.
And so he mentions the championship. If you're just tuning in, we are running an entire championship season on this game. Entered tonight, 3rd in the standings. We've completed 1 race so far. This is race number 2 out of Las Vegas.
Leading the field is Steve Park. We're late in the race.
We have about 11 laps to go here. Taking them away. Just another 5 or 6 minutes left on this race.
Second place.
Burton back into second though. So last race, Burton led the most. Ooh, got a little into the marbles there. Burton led the most laps. Labonte second most. And they are sitting 2nd and 3rd respectively.
The strategy really takes off now with only 10 laps to go.
10 laps remaining here. We're running Steve Park's number 1 car. Burton, he keeps getting runs on me, but he can't seem to make much progress. And can't say I mind that, but I'm a little surprised after how competitive the field was last night.
Use the draft as slingshot pass to other drivers.
If I can get out of their draft entirely, I think I'll check out. But they do keep making little runs. He's trying to pass up on the high side. Then now I see Terry's got him covered, so they're going to duel it out. Maybe I can pull away a little more.
Leading the field is Steve Park. He's got a car to beat.
Just a handful of laps remaining. Now Terry Labonte back to second place.
Keep it up, buddy.
And I am still holding this lead for now. Got a little up there against the wall. Didn't hit it, that's good. No damage so far, not tonight.
Another big engine man at the NASCAR race in the West.
Hold your line.
6 laps remaining. About 3 more minutes. And it is not over. I've not been able to clear the field despite how fast I've run. Terry Labonte trying to make a move. Another kind of unknown yellow car behind me. Jeff Burton has fallen back to 4th.
You're in the groove. Keep pushing.
Let's see what happens with only 5 laps left.
5 laps remaining.
Hold your line.
And Terry's really given a little bit of a better effort here these last few laps. You know, he was as far back as 5th place at the start.
Stay focused.
And he really held his own last night. Jeff Burton continues to fall.
Turn 1.
4 laps to go here. I've got the car to beat, but they just keep closing in on me. That draft is reeling them in just about every lap or two. But they're getting out of the throttle a little more in the turns than I am. The way this game's set up, you don't really need to get out of the throttle too much at Vegas. 3 more laps remain.
Hold your line.
Here comes Labonte again. I'll distance myself just a little more. 2 to go at the line.
You're in the groove. Keep pushing.
2 laps remaining. I feel good about this
Down
one.
the backstretch.
Here comes Labonte again. He's followed my draft, but he gets out of the throttle. Ooh, and I can hit the grass. Overanalyzing.
Better save your tires.
Looking at too much.
Down to the
Pretty shitty time to make a mistake there, huh? Final lap.
Bring home the checkered flag.
Got 5 of us in a line. It's anybody's race. That's Dale Earnhardt Jr. in 5th. Now up to 4th. He flew by Burton. We'll enter the final turn. And out of turn 4. I'm going to take this one. That feels good. Get off to a good start. Start the championship season with a win and a 2nd place.
has won today's race.
That's great.
He's got to be excited about his first win of the season.
I am excited about my first win in the season, Benny Parsons. I am. That's awesome. That is great. Yeah, that is fun. It's a good game. So I'll take that one. 185 total points. It's 175 plus 10 for leading the most. Terry Labonte was the points leader going in. Ernie Irvan was that yellow mystery car we didn't get to see. Dale Jr. flew by Jeff Burton there at the end. He'll take 4th, and Burton rounds out the top 5. Yesterday, Rusty did pretty well. Not as much today. We'll pull up the standings here, and I've got the lead. So that feels good. We get that one Chevy into the lead. 10 points over Terry Labonte, Jeff Burton, Rusty Wallace. Ernie Irvan, remember that guy. Ernie Irvan had some great success with the Yates team. Jeremy Mayfield, Dale Jr. And then even after 2 races, we're seeing some people really start to lose their grip on the lead. Doesn't take much, just one bad race. But up front, it's still pretty contested, the top 5 within less than 60 points. Our next race is Texas, and I'm going to do one more tonight. One more tonight from Texas Motor Speedway. See if we can go 2 for 2 in one night, maybe increase that championship. So that's exciting. We're going to first qualify. I need a 31.4. 31.4, just about. 395. We'll get the pole.
3, 2, 1.
And you may have seen Terry Labonte regularly fast.
Get ready. This is a
And
time
he was the pole sitter going into this deal. So we'll see if we can get another pole. We won it at Vegas, and the car not able to go full throttle around this place, but not much brake needed. Just get out of the gas just a little, stay off the apron, and we should be good. I think a top 2 or 3 should be pretty expected in qualifying here. See what we earn. Yes,
Man, we got the
I'll take it. That's another pole. It's a good start. We got it by a little bit too, by about 2/10. So it'll be the Steve Park Chevy, the number 1 Pennzoil car. That's us, and Terry Labonte, the Kellogg's Chevy, on the outside pole. See if we can go 2 for 2 tonight.
3, 2, 1.
33 laps around Texas Motor Speedway. And oh, got up high. And I actually mentioned Jeff Burton winning in Vegas. He won both races at Texas in '97, and the Cup Series and the Xfinity race for Roush in the '99 car. Mark Martin won that Las Vegas race that year. So Terry Labonte not going to make it easy on me. He's catching me a lot more competitively than he was at the last race there in Vegas. Kind of more reminiscent of how it was last night in North Carolina. But I do have a bad, fast car. Here comes Labonte again. And I'm going to try to stay on this middle groove, see if I can hold him off. But I'm not a fan of blocking. If they've got the run, you know, let him have a chance at it. Earn it back. But overall, you don't want him to lead. These are bonus points. This is the old scoring system.
Tires are what win races.
Tires are what win races. I'm looking here, and no wear here. Plenty of, ooh, got in the wall, but no tire wear. Plenty of gas. Ooh, it is not quite as easy. Just about got into Labonte. Didn't do that on purpose.
You're at the point. Keep it up. That way. Let's show him who's boss out there.
And I remember at one point I can remember knowing every line that these announcers said. There goes Labonte for the lead.
Car high.
Oh, he's blocked me. Can't say I blame him. He's tired of seeing this one Chevy lead. My teammate Dale Earnhardt Jr. takes second place.
Car low.
See if we can get him on the outside like a trailer park girl. Yes, we can. And I'm going to try to roll it in there. Hot. Around the outside, we took it.
You're looking good out there.
Yeah, that was good. Good little pass.
Coming to turn 3.
It's Rusty time as the number 2 car slides.
Yeah, how about Rusty Wallace up to second? He didn't do much last race, but doing pretty well here.
Just turned in your fastest lap of the day. Stay focused.
I thought about pre-recording this segment and then like juggling or knitting, and you would see my hands and it would look like I was doing funny things while I was playing the game. But at the end of the day, I decided against that. That'd be kind of funny. Maybe we'll do it another time. Rusty Wallace in second place. When I run the high line, I'm a little faster.
Found the driving line that works best if you serve the tire wear.
That's his fastest split through that section.
Green light. Keep it up.
That was the fastest lap of the day for probably anyone. Definitely for our car.
Going down the backstretch.
Take this. Lap 8.
Keep it up, buddy.
About a fourth of the way done with this race here.
That's his best lap so far.
If you're just tuning in, we
Early in the
did
race.
Las Vegas and led every lap. So that was exciting. We did really well there. Got a win. North Carolina, we finished second. Off to a great championship season.
Keep it up, buddy.
Old Terry Labonte back to second place. He wants me to hit that wall. I had to get out of the throttle there.
Use the draft to slingshot past other drivers.
He says I need to slingshot past the drivers, but there's nobody in front of me. Trying to drive away from their draft. Just not able to lose them. sometimes leading the laps isn't good enough.
Martin became the second driver to win a race here in Texas in 1998.
Yeah, Martin won in 98, Burton in 97. I can remember this place just being so special. I liked the cookie cutter tracks when they first were coming out. I thought that it was nice. They did each have their own character. Here in turn 1 and 2, you see the condominiums that are out there.
Great racing this year in Texas, Motor Speed.
And, you know, at Vegas, you see the beautiful desert behind it, Chicagoland and Kansas and Kentucky. Look at that. There's the hotel, the condominiums. Great ideas by the real pioneer that was Burton Smith.
Racing through turn 4.
Effective pit management is the key to driving. Let's check it out.
Throttle a couple times there. It's kind of feathering it. Stay out of the wall. Closing in on
Johnny
halfway.
Benson's now running third.
Not quite. There's a name we haven't heard is Johnny Benson. Today on Twitter we talked about this little championship we're going to run, and David Hoffman talked to us about how underrated he felt Johnny Benson was.
Stay ahead.
Benson did get a Cup Series win at Rockingham. Did pretty decent in the Truck Series for Bill Davis. He was teammates with Skinner and Bill Lester and that bunch. But he ran that number 10 car and kind of out of the blue ran into some great horsepower. Remember, they would get into Daytona and he had that Lycos Pontiac, and that car was great. I mean, that car was really great. He had a lot of speed. And then in that historic 2001 Pepsi 400, he was really the only guy that had anything for the DEI cars. Yeah, Johnny Benson was a great driver, and just briefly for Speed Channel was an analyst. He did the Trackside Live or Inside Winston Cup, I believe they called it. Maybe it was Nextel Cup at that point. Forget what years they had him on TV. But Johnny was pretty cool and definitely an avid, clean driver. Perhaps best known for his final run the last couple of years, where he drove the Valvoline Pontiac, and he also ran the number 26 Cheerios car. Got a little bit loose there talking about Johnny Benson. Ooh, didn't touch him, but we got close. Oh, speaking of the Cheerios car, I didn't see him there.
How long? The rest of the field's not going away without a fight.
All right, went around Terry, went right back around. Yeah, I hate that I got into him there. Whether it's this game or Gran Turismo, or it don't really matter. I like to be a clean racer. About 15 laps to go. We'll get this race at Texas complete. And if you've been watching the entire feed, you may think, well, why does this race take so much longer than Las Vegas? Well, Vegas is a 400-miler. These are percentage-based races. Texas, a 500-mile race.
That's 5 points for the good guy.
Not too many 500-mile races remaining in NASCAR. There's the Daytona race. Texas is 500 miles. Most are 400-mile races. Of course, Charlotte is 600, and it's great. I am not a fan of the shorter races, the 300, 400 milers. I think there's no place for them. I think Autosport, unless it's a drag race, should be an endurance event. I feel bad for the fans who spend their hard-earned money trying to buy a race ticket for them or their kids or their spouse or friends, and they're cut out of about an hour of entertainment. It would think it's just unnecessary.
And are both one oval that included double dog leg.
Got a little low that time.
Car high.
Rusty got me. Maybe that was me coming up. We're gonna have 12 laps to go. Ooh, 3 wide. Johnny Benson to the lead.
Grabs first place.
Car low.
So I'm gonna need to reevaluate my setup. My microphone's actually blocking the telemetry here.
Car high.
I keep moving around so I can try to see it. But Johnny Benson. Oh, Rusty Wallace gave me the business. When Johnny Benson's blocking, left side, right side,
Car low.
it's getting a little tense. And I think I led that one.
And here comes Clark to take over the lead.
Once you have the lead, it's pretty easy to hang on. Ooh, but if not, if you
Johnny Benson grabs first
slide
place.
like that,
His team's got to be happy about this.
all right, went from first to fifth while I'm talking about how easy it is. Let's get back up there. We got 2 Penske cars, a Hendrick car, and a Roush car. And I've got my teammate Dale Jr. right behind me. Got about 10 laps to go to get the lead. We should be able to get it in just a couple laps, and then we got to hang on.
Car low.
We've got 10 more laps left in today's
Yeah,
race.
10 more laps. My car, I'm feeling the damage. Rusty is all over me.
Taking a spot.
He's hit me once, and I've hit him once.
Car low.
All right, now we've got 2 more to go. We got Terry Labonte in the lead, Johnny Benson in second, Dale Jr., my teammate, kind of with the assist there. And I'm going to try to go around Terry here on the outside, nothing, into the wall. Once you get the lead, you can hang on real well. But my tires are starting to wear, I believe. It says no. Ooh.
Number 5 car takes over the lead.
Terry Labonte around Johnny Benson, and I'm going to go low. I think I've got him. Yeah, we'll take the lead.
Car high.
Maybe not. Terry said, not today. Not today, Park.
Takes over the lead.
Just about 8 laps or so. Now on the rear of the car, I see that I've got quite a bit of shadow marks. Labonte with the block. They're going to run me on both sides.
Car high. Good
A
job.
little
We got the
slingshot
lead.
move.
That way. Keep him in the rearview mirror.
We've got that shadow on the rear. If you get hit too many times, that's kind of their visual for damage in this game.
The backstretch.
You can neglect to finish a race. You can DNF, and I don't want that because this is a championship. We're in our 3rd race already, and we are the point leaders, so don't want to lose that. Six or 7 laps to go here on the late lap, the NASCAR 2000 game we are playing. Johnny Benson wants a chance at victory. So does Terry Labonte there behind him. They're battling for second, but I'm struggling to keep it within the lane. Not really as great as I was at the start of the race. That's going to be a testament to the damage that I've got in my car. Here comes Labonte. He passed
And the race is on.
Johnny Benson for second on the outside.
Keep it up, buddy.
5 laps to go.
We're down to 5 laps left.
Got Steve Park here looking for win number 2 early in the year. Terry Labonte in second, also going for win number 2 on the championship season.
Hold your line. You're in the groove. Keep pushing.
Terry Labonte really pushing hard here at the end.
Stay focused.
He's taken the lead from me twice. Johnny Benson has taken the lead. Fell back to about
How you doing
5th
there?
with 10 laps to go. I've held the lead for the last couple laps though. 3 laps to go. hot one. See how fast we can get it.
Stay focused.
Yeah, we lost that fastest lap of the day stuff. But we'll come back to the line and just 2 laps
Hold your
remain.
line. Better save your tires.
2 to go. We got an ass full of Terry Labonte in the rear
Keep
view
it up,
mirror.
buddy.
Behind him, Johnny Benson, Rusty Wallace, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. And they are coming hot. Final lap here
You're
in
running a
Texas
good
Motor
race.
Speedway.
Let's bring home the checkered flag.
If I don't make a mistake, it's my race.
Out of the race.
If I do, I'll probably fall to
He
4th.
could have had a great run in it.
Johnny Benson moves to 2nd. He went around Terry Labonte. He's got a little bit of speed on me, but I feel good about it. Let's see if he can draft me. No, he's got it. Holden 2nd. I'm going to Holden 1st. And 2 wins. 2 wins in one night. That's
Win
awesome.
of the season.
I really miss this game. This is fun. This is cool. So after 3 races, our car has won 2 of them. Check that out. Steve Park, first place, led the most laps. And now with a 25-point lead over Terry Labonte, the only other winner here this year. 3 races complete. Next race we will enter is Bristol. 50 laps around Bristol. And that's exciting. That's pretty cool. This is just a blast. If you like watching these videos, we're gonna race almost every night after the show. Monday through Thursday, 9 p.m. is Late Lap. You can go to latelap.com. latelap.com to watch this show or hit subscribe. But for right now, we are going to move over to closing time. I'm AJ England. We'll be right back.
I don't mean to alarm you, and I don't wanna harm you. Yeah, I'm just hoping to charm you.
And I do hope everybody enjoyed the show tonight. As I say at the end of every great show, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, smile, be happy, and until then, take care. And to our friends in the South, sea amable consigo mismo, sea amable con otros, sonría, sea feliz. Hasta entonces, cuídese. Good night, everybody.